Hey everyone, this is your Properties of Water warm-up. Let's start with an introduction to water, whose chemical formula is H2O. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw the structure of water, and by drawing it, it's going to help me achieve my objective of describing that structure of water. So first, let me draw the structure of water, and then I will give you time or tell you when to draw it on your own notes. So for now, just watch what I'm doing. We start with the oxygen, which I'm drawing as just this circle here. Attached to the oxygen are two hydrogens held together by a bond, which is represented with these lines right here. So what happens is the oxygen is going to take the electrons away from the hydrogen just a little bit. So both of these hydrogens are going to lose their electrons to that oxygen. Oxygen will hold on to the electrons just a little bit more, resulting in a slightly negative charge. And that's due to the electrons that are hanging out more here around the oxygen. The hydrogens, on the other hand, are going to get a slightly positive charge. And this arrangement is resulting from the fact that the oxygen takes away those electrons. And so this bond right here that's shared between them is given a special name. It's called a polar covalent bond because of the net charges that are found on the hydrogen and the oxygen as a result of the unsharing of those electrons. Now go ahead and pause the video and draw this in your notes. So when you describe the structure of water, make sure to include where the positive and negative charges are and the type of bond that holds the water molecule together. The next thing that we're going to do is describe the hydrogen bonding in the water molecule. So because of these charges that are on the water molecule, the slightly positive for the hydrogen and the slightly negative for the oxygen, this is going to attract opposite charges. So for example, on this molecule right here, if another molecule is going to approach this end, it's got to be negatively charged. Because this one's positively charged, it's going to attract a negatively charged molecule, such as the oxygen of this other water molecule. So there's attraction here, and that attractive force is called a hydrogen bond. Now, this is not a true bond. There's no actual sharing of electrons. But these hydrogen bonds are very important because they're going to give water its unique properties. Individually, the hydrogen bond is very weak. But when you have a lot of them, millions of them, collectively they are considered a strong force. All right, so now you should be able to describe hydrogen bonding between the negative oxygen of one water molecule and a positive hydrogen in another water molecule. Go ahead and stop the video now and record this information. The last thing we're going to do is go through water's unique properties to life. So the first property of water is going to be cohesiveness. This is where one water molecule will stick to another water molecule. Cohesiveness allows for surface tension, which then allows for organisms to skate across the surface of water. The next property of water is adhesion. This is where water sticks to other polar surfaces. So remember that the negative oxygen would stick to a positive polar surface, whereas the hydrogens with their positive charge would stick to a negative polar surface. These two combined form capillary action, which allows or helps with water moving from the roots of a plant up through the trunk and to the leaves. The next property of water is high specific heat capacity. The high specific heat capacity means that water is going to absorb a lot of energy before changing temperature. Likewise, water is going to be very slow in losing that energy and lowering temperature. So it doesn't fluctuate drastically between very cold and very hot. And this is important for organisms such as you and me that are made up of mostly water. we don't have those drastic temperature changes. The next property of water is the high heat of vaporization. That high heat of vaporization means that water is going to take a lot of heat to evaporate. This is important for us so that when we sweat, the water that is evaporating is taking a lot of that heat energy away from our bodies. The next important property of water is probably the most important to life on Earth, and that is the versatile solvent. And the versatile solvent means that many substances are going to dissolve or interact with water. And keep in mind that all cells are made mostly of water, which is why versatile solvent is the most important property to life on Earth. Go ahead and stop the video now and record these in your notes. Okay, so in this video, our objectives were to describe the structure of water, to describe hydrogen bonding in water, and discuss some of water's unique properties. I hope this warm-up was helpful. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.